Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit.
God, of course my microphone was disabled the entire time I was talking. Gotta love it. Gotta freaking love it. Alright, well, I'm not even going to recap what I said. I was just talking about lineups and whatnot the entire time. Okay. Pincer running 2 Kronwagens and an IS-4 towards the A-cap, or 3 Kronwagens and IS-4 towards the A-cap. One is going to be, I think, contesting B resets there. While Vickers, Invincible on the Vickers is getting the early spot of Destroy. Takes the very last second shot so he doesn't get spotted too much early and get bled by the E5s. Smart plays there. Destroy can't get into the C-cap with Dallas, Texas there. Dallas is in a perfect reset position for C. Although if he were to try and make it cross, he could get into the far side of the C-cap and punish. His team could punish Dallas if Dallas were to try and get the reset. Looks like Metro is just going for the super aggression early, pushing onto Dallas, Texas here. JTAG and Paneer Scented going right into him. Invincible behind, trying to get some assistance. Well, Metro's mice are going to start putting a little bit more pressure on Kool-Aid here. They don't want to give them much room to work with. Pincer, or Metro does not want to give Pincer very much room to work with. Metro does manage to get their cap. They are still behind as Pincer did get the A-cap first. Now Pincer is in strong holding positions. Metro can't really push on to Pincer without taking heavy bleeds and not being able to trade very efficiently in return. They're starting to rotate. Looks like an E5 and a Vickers out of the C-cap, so they're no longer playing as aggressively into the town and outside in the village area. Pincer having a significant part of their team on the edge of town in their spawn. Deacon taking heavy bleeds here while Invincible is setting up over A to try and spot any tanks that would try and rotate around Invincible and Destroy, counter spotting each other while Altazori is trying to get up on this bridge and be here. Currently Metro have no tanks to be able to hit him while he isn't fairly out in the open. He wants to try and hit shots into Paneer down the lane. While Pincer still don't have to really make a play. They want to bleed Metro as much as possible without taking as much damage. But Metro is doing a significantly better job. They're up about 2 shots, so 800 damage. So that gives them a bit of an advantage when they have to push because they are down on caps. Or if they make a play for B. The double mice could assist them in making a play for B, but Pincer do have tanks in multiple positions that would make it pretty much impossible for Metro to get the B cap, even using a mouse as a total meat shield. Pincer need to get slightly better positions, and it looks like USSR Elite and Deacon are trying to get those positions to force JTAG and Paneer back into cover where they can't really peek without taking heavy bleeds. Jory barely missing a shot on Dog Scented, while Dog Scented is not able to return the shot either to Jory. This game is currently at a standstill. Pincer now down about 1,100 hit points. They've bled a little bit too hard to be receiving a push here. They want to be up when Metro pushes in. It makes it a much easier battle to win. Dog Scented making a little bit of an aggressive play here, I think to try and outspot Deacon. He does manage to spot Deacon as Deacon is turning away, so Deacon's not in any position to return fire. Invincible over here on the far side is pretty much by himself, but he does have the HP advantage over Destroy. He does trade a hit though. I think Destroy hit him on a blind fire. Very good blind fire by Destroy there, giving him a better chance if he has to make a push for the other Vickers. Pincer's still bleeding way too heavily. Down 1,500 hit points now. They're slowly losing their advantage because as soon as Metro has to make a play, Pincer's going to go down much faster. Kool-Aid getting a nice shot, but also taking one in return. Not getting the efficient trades they want. They don't want to be trading. They want to be bouncing and only shooting Metro. Well, Metro is not able to return the fire to try and bring back this HP difference. I am curious, though, what Metro's play is. They're taking a little bit of time here. Invincible has taken some significant damage, though. Destroy and Cinnamon Scented are going to be pushing towards him on A. I think the mice will also be trying to play for Kool-Aid here. If they can get their Vickers Destroy into the A cap while Isolated and Defender can take out Kool-Aid, Metro will flip over the cap advantage to their side and they will be able to pick up this win. But Pincer is making a counter push into Paneer and JTAG. Paneer probably going to go down here. The question is, will Kool-Aid last longer? Nope. Kool-Aid does manage to last a little bit longer, so Pincer are up on cap, but they lost their cap. They have to get kills. They have no cap points to be generating them points now. And Metro just not overtaking the cap because all cap points are being contested here. Pincer need to pick up 2 kills. If Pincer can get 2 kills, then they will win. But if they start dropping tanks as well, Metro will start to win. Both teams managed to get alternate caps, so Pincer still has a 5 cap point advantage. Not a very large one, but Deacon needs to pick up J-Tag here with Dallas, Texas. But Dallas, Texas is going to be held back by Cinnamon Scented, while Invincible goes for J-Tag here. Invincible bounces. Metro did pick up a kill and have caps now, so Metro are up on cap points. Pincer desperately needed to pick J-Tag up, but good job on Metro for picking up Invincible, and they narrowly managed to pick up the win. Sorry, just dealing with all the people telling me that I was muted at the beginning of the game. Yes, thank you to all that are concerned about my mic issues. Since we're in the middle of the game, remember, pinned message in chat is how you submit your chance to win in the giveaway for the final 5 August Battle Pass. Since some people had some questions last time, I collect your names and I will submit a list of all 20 winners to Wargaming, and then 3 to 5 days after this final tournament today, the winners will receive their battle passes. Switch spawns. Looks like Pincer are now running the double mice. Double mice, triple cron, E5 and a Vickers, while Metro are running the double IS4, triple Kronwagen, mouse, and a Vickers. Come on, there we go. Lots of packet loss. I'm hoping I'm the only one experiencing the packet loss and the players are not actually experiencing any lag. Metro is sending the Destroy in their Vickers straight into the ACAP, but Altazori and USSR Elite will be there to nuke him. Destroy about to take at least 800 damage. Never mind, Altazori misses his shot. He needed to just hold still and hit that. USSR Elite also not able to get a shot in because of the hill. Destroy getting out very lucky there, only taking 1 shot of damage. Not 2. Well, it looks like Pincer are being a little cautious towards C, but they figure it out soon. They should have gotten enough information to put their Vickers into the C cap and give them the cap advantage. They did have cap advantage last game, but Metro did a very good job of getting the cap advantage just barely back into their favor. So we'll see if they'll be able to do this again. Defender he's going on their mouse down the river. It's a really risky play as he's a very immobile tank to begin with, and he loses about, I think, half of his mobility in that water. Kool-Aid in Dallas, Texas, trying to battle off some Kronwagens. Kool-Aid taking heavy damage. Again, Pincer bleeding very unnecessarily here. They're losing half of a mouse. Not really needed at all. Deacon starting to see that Defender is coming into behind the mice. Gonna be able to get really easier bleeds. While Metro is technically wasting a lot of their DPM trying to murder these mice, there's no other brawl for them to be concentrating on, so the mice are pretty much giving Metro free kills, even though Metro are also bleeding pretty heavily. Pincers still have maintained the the HP advantage here. Somehow, Pincers are doing a little bit better job than I thought they were doing at not bleeding. But there goes Dallas, Texas, taking some more heavy hits, just doing the job of the mouse, mopping up as much damage and distraction as he can. Jory will be finishing up a J-tag while Dallas, Texas finally goes down to the Metro flank. Pincer have to get around the mouse to be able to pick up the IS-4 and Kronwagen, as the mouse is just trying to block him as much as possible. Invincible here, fighting off Destroy. It's very close. Invincible putting in a shot. Gonna be taking one as well from Destroy here, but he does have the reload, so he does pick up the kill. He's barely alive. He's got to be careful, but he can go run for caps if needed. But I don't think it'll be necessary, as Pincer are down about 1,500 hit points now, and down even on tanks. But that mouse for Metro is just mopping up too many shots from Pincer. Pincer should not be focusing out the mouse. They should have been taking out the... They did take out the Kronwagen, but then they should have switched to the IS-4. The mouse is very small amount of DPM and slow. They don't want to be focusing their slowest and least likely tank to be able to clutch this up. But it looks... Let's see here. Where did that Vickers go? Invincible trying to help farm. He should have gotten on the A cap, as Pincer only have one cap now. And they're slowly going to be losing Deacon here to the double IS-4 push. Invincible not able to share his hit points in any way. He is only able to run and really do cap or get small amount of farm damage from range. Deacon trying to survive as long as possible, but he takes a big hit here. He needs to just reload his third shell and output as much damage. Actually, I don't think he would have been able to get his third shell off and 2 more shells, so he just did as much damage as he could. Well, Invincible makes a run for it. Again, if he had gotten the A-cap there at the very beginning, or right after he finished brawling the other light tank, they would have won by now. Each cap gives 5 points per tick, which is, I think it's a tick per second. So they would have at least almost won by the time they lost their tank, and then won by now. But Metro about to be able to put their tanks into C, and Isolate not really feeling too pressured to push into Invincible. All he has to do is play smart and go towards the A-cap. That was some heavy misplay by the Vickers for Pincer, as well as poor focus fire there on that mouse. They should not have been taking out the mice. The mouse did a good job of forcing them to finish off them, though. That's the whole point of the mouse. Block, get in the way, either take all the hits or farm as much damage as you possibly can. And the mouse did farm a lot and take a lot of hits. I just realized that I built this team score thing and didn't even utilize it. Let's see here. Metro's now up 2 and on. The map has switched to Dynasty Pearl. Metro already readied up. They knew exactly what they wanted. They want 4 mice, 2 E5, and an IS-4. Pincer is going to have a bit of trouble churning through that much armor and HP, but if Pincer plays a lighter set of tank lineup, they will be able to outmaneuver and probably out-DPM Metro. If Pincer can manage to take out both E5s and the IS-4, Metro will struggle. Even with that much armor, they just don't have the mobility or DPM or really penetration. So the mouse has pretty bad penetration even with calibrated. Like it's really bad. I don't want to check right now. here we go. I'm gonna be interested in see what Pincer decides to do once they see there's 4 mice for Metro. That screams town, and I don't think most of those mice will be anywhere near the, I think it's the C cap, which is, yeah, the C cap over there in the park. Mice are just not able to do too much there. They can sort of side scrape, but there's a lot of positions for hold down tanks like Caernarvons to get up and shoot down onto their hole, and I'd possibly not even use premium to pen the upper plate. Pincer immediately turning towards the park, while Metro sending 2 mice down towards this middle lane here, the middle between A and B. The other 2 mice most likely going to be taking a left here at this corner and going up towards the B reset area, B control area. Yes, 2 mice using their height actually pretty effectively here. They are tall enough to see up over the slight bend in the earth to be able to shoot all the way from back there and spawn, while the other 2 are slowly pushing up here in this other lane. Pincer getting control very quickly of the C-cap and park. They're going to be able to get the C-cap here, giving them the cap advantage. Again, they have the mobility that Metro does not have. Metro smartly hiding 2 Metro tanks, the 2 E5s in the back there. They're going to be able to pop up and give Pincer the kind of false sense of security. Although they are moving, they should have stayed there on the left, and as soon as Jory was spotted not looking, they could have double tapped him. Instead, they're trying to put shots into Deacon, who is somewhat hold down, and they're missing their shots. Pincer again making the mistake of focusing the mice first. While they can get a gun out here, the mouse is just one of the hardest tanks to clear. They should be going for the IS-4, which is just better to clear first, as it has a little bit more DPM and mobility. Kool-Aid doing his best to block off 2 of the other Metro mice. He manages to let one through as the gap is too large. Deacon going to be pushed and cleared by the mice. Kool-Aid is still holding up 1. They trade 1 tank for 1 tank. Metro are surprisingly down on HP with the extra mice. They have a bit more HP here than Pincer does, but Pincer doing a good job of taking out tanks fast. Looks like USSR Elite is going to be stuck between a bunch of tanks as he's getting focused out, while Altazori tries to get shots into Defender, and Jory dropping off the back of the hill here, getting almost stuck. That would have been very bad for Pincer if he did get stuck. Pincer's still trying to get shots in here. I'm not exactly sure who they're trying to clear when they could all just look to the right and clear JTAG very, very easily. And poor focus fire from Pincer here. They're bouncing lots and lots of shots. They managed to bleed out Metro really heavily, even the HP field, but now they're down again. Invincible not able to clear Defender. Defender is going to be going down here soon to Invincible, though, as long as Invincible doesn't whiff. Jory trying to back up, putting a shot into Dog Scented. Very good shot. Dog Scented now a 1-shot before he goes down. Dallas, Texas now face hugging the E5 Cinnamon Scented. It was unfortunate that Dog Scented survived with 1 HP, but now Invincible needs to be trying to get to JTAG without getting blocked by the mouse. The mice for Metro doing a good job of just blocking and congesting up the lanes, and Pincer were not able to push around and effectively bleed Metro. I was confused about this amount of mice, but Metro did manage to use them very effectively here. Pincer just did not use their mobility correctly. They were too slow. They didn't focus good. They didn't choose good tanks to focus out that were out in the open, and instead tried shooting tanks behind 2 mice. Pincer having a really, really rough time today. They are now down 3-0. Metro up with 3 points out of this best of 9. So 2 more games for Metro to win, and if they do, they will wipe out Pincer. Spawns have flipped. I'm just so illiterate today. Metro dropping 1 mouse for an extra Caernarvon, and it looks like they dropped an E5 as well for a Caernarvon. So they're still lower on DPM than Metro or Pincer are, but they're not running quite as many big, thick mice. Pincer now running the 2 mice, 2 E5, and triple cron. Hopefully they learned from these last 3 games and can make a comeback, because they're not playing at the best that they could be right now. Too many mistakes on their side, and Metro is just very easily capitalizing on those mistakes. It looks to me like Metro are probably going to be playing that somewhat similar. They want their 3 mice to be going the A and B side, pushing up there just to try and lock down that angle, coming through the B cap. While their Kronwagens are probably going to play a little more aggressive than their E5s did, since they can sit more hold down more comfortably and knock out as much damage as they can into any tanks that go for C. And then they can quickly back up into cover and force Pincer to overcommit into them and probably pincer them yet again. Let's see here. Pincer running an E5 and a mouse over here towards this middle lane. Looks like Metro are still sending their 2 mice there as well. The rest of the Pincer tanks are heading out to the park. Looks like Altazori is speed boosting, and he's not currently angled to head towards the C cap, so I do not think Pincer will be going for the C cap that quick again. And yes, Metro are running into park much more aggressively this time. They have dog scented, playing up aggressive in a spotting position, getting spotted before he even got up there, so he should have stopped as soon as he was spotted. Getting that shot in the mouse was not worth taking a shot in return. Deacon activating a speed boost, rotating back in as they realize most of Metro is still in park. Pincers are jumping into the C cap here. Metro don't have any tanks in positions that could reset. Defender could easily get right here on this corner, side scrape, and nuke Jory with 1 hit and slow down the cap. But he was not ready for that, and he now just shows up trading nicely with Jory, not taking any damage, but hitting a good roll on him. Dog Scented being pushed back by USSR Elite. Cinnamon Scented being pushed on by Altazori and Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid now has to try and block 2 mice yet again. He does get tracked. Altazori getting shot in the side, but bouncing 1 and only getting penned by another shot. Dallas, Texas pushing Dog Scented back, trying to back down to get the clear here. He does manage to pick up the clear, but Metro did a fantastic job of focusing down Altazori. He dropped 1,900 hit points in a matter of seconds. And Metro focusing down Dallas, Texas because he is the only one that they can all very easily focus. He's now going to go down in a couple of seconds when Defender maybe gets a shot. There he goes. J-Tech now getting stuck between 2 of Pincer's tanks. Jory getting stuck, not able to use gun elevation. He does have 1 shot, but he should save it, as Invincible will have clear. Doesn't want to lose their Kronwagen DPM. And Metro are up only by about 1,000 hit points. We'll learn 1,500 hit points now. 2,500 hit points. Pincer is just bleeding way too heavily here and not able to return the fire very consistently. Pincer now getting hit pretty hard. Pincer should be the next focus fire, but Pincer only have 3 full HP tanks, while Metro have 3 full HP mice and a 2-shot Kronwagen. All the mice have to do is slow down the Pincer tanks, prevent them from getting into their Kron. Unable to do so, but now Pincer still have a chance to come back. They are down significantly on hit points, but they have a little bit more DPM, I think. Kronwagen dropping his clip, so he has very minimal DPM. At the E5 is Pincer's last chance of winning this here. Jory gonna go down as he's stuck between too many tanks. Invincible not able to hit a shot into Destroy. Jory getting stuck on a dead tank. Destroy probably gonna be able to pick him up here. Nice kill by Destroy. Kool-Aid possibly having the clear. Destroy not angling very well, but this is definitely going to go to Metro. They have 4,000 hit points, and there's just nothing Pincer could do. They struggled again with the focus fire. They bled super heavily. Metro doing a fantastic job of taking the advantages they are given by Pincer and capitalizing on them as much as they possibly can. Metro is now 1 game away from steamrolling Pincer in the grand finals for challengers. And Isolate most likely going to be able to pick up the last 119 hit points for the kill on Invincible. If not, they're just going to let Defender get an easy shot in the back. GG to Metro on that game. Now, by the time you see this, I would have closed the giveaway. So, here, Metro are now up 4-0 against Pincer. I just realized that chat that's popping up is like severely delayed. No, it isn't. Or oh, it updates chat for live for me, but it's way behind on stream, I think. Oh well, I'm gonna just turn it off. This could be Pincer's last game tonight. Metro could be cinching the 5-0 win here. The pressure is on heavily with Pincer. Metro not too pressured here. They can take a loss. They can take up to 4 losses before they can get their win. They did a very good job of getting this huge early lead, forcing Pincer to have way more pressure than they wanted and more likely to make mistakes. So Pincer running a bat chat with Invincible all the way out here to this spot right there to get side shots into any tanks that try and get the A-cap. The T-22 also playing very aggressively towards the ruins. Invincible doing a spotting run as he didn't spot anyone on A. Uses early getting spotted, but still pretty low down. He's very hard to hit there in the T-22 with the good armor. Invincible taking an early bleed for Metro. Metro are already having a significant HP advantage just from the start. They're up by almost 3,000 hit points. And with Pincer bleeding even more, Metro already have a huge advantage. While Pincer are now down on caps, Metro are about to get the C cap as Pincer has no one able to contest. And it's going to force Pincer, with a huge HP deficit, to push into Metro. This is already looking like Metro's game. Although Metro getting kind of aggressive here, they really need to just relax, force Pincer to get into positions where they can bleed them, and so when the time comes for Pincer to finally make a move, Metro will easily be able to mock them up. I'm really not sure what Dog Scented is doing here. Metro playing very aggressive when they don't really need to. They could possibly be throwing away an advantage here. We'll see if they just are able to capitalize anyways and Pincer are too far behind to make anything of this unnecessary aggression for Metro. There goes down T-22. Metro already up a tank, but both teams bled pretty hard. But Metro still retaining about a 2,500 hit point advantage that they've had since the very beginning. Lots of farms going in here. Metro now kind of putting themselves into a bowl, and they're kind of stuck They have a 50B on one side with an E5 farming. They got and a Kronwagen as well. The 50B is on clip reload. He's gonna try and help Deacon out with J-Tag here. Deacon not paying attention to the tank on his back. If he had, J-Tag would be dead a little bit sooner. Invincible getting a nice fire. Paneer needing to be the next focus fire. If Invincible was not able to get a shot off, he did just end up killing himself. Paneer still alive. And Pincer have done a job of narrowing down the cap or the HP advantage. They're only down by about 1,200. I take that back. They're now down 1,800. Taking huge, huge hits here. It is now a 3v4. Metro with the 4 tanks. Deacon almost dead. He is barely over a one-shot unless an E5 or Kronwagen can get a high roll. E5 unable to get the high roll, but he will have the ram kill. And this is game. Metro just 5-0'd Pincer in the grand finals. Kudos to them. They will be this year's Summer 2021 Challengers champions. It's a lot of words. Lots and lots of words. I am sure they will be absolutely ecstatic with their performance here. Unfortunately, the stream will be ending significantly earlier than it did any of the previous days. This was the biggest sweep we've had in all of Challengers this season. But now, since the games are over, I will start going through the chat and determining who the final 5 Battle Pass winners are. Just got to pull up the final list. One moment. Gotta go to Google Sheets. All right, let's see if anyone managed to guess this 5-0 win for Metro. And then if we don't, we will go to see anyone that is closest. All right, looks like Pink Fluffy Unicum, you're most likely going to be a winner. And yes, it looks like only one person was any remotely close to guessing correctly here. So congratulations to Pink Fluffy Unicum. You are a winner. And now I have 4 more to give away, and no one was even close. So I guess whoever legitimately made a guess, you're going to be winners. Let's go to the top where people started. Panzer, why are you giving it to whoever Terrence the Destroyer is? Or is that your reroll name? That's probably your reroll name, huh? I don't even think we have enough people that submitted giveaways. All right, well, so I guess anyone that submitted today, you are a winner. And I will just have to figure out what to do with the final one. So, Missouri, I can copy everything. You are on NA. No. No, you don't count Beast. Cyclone, you're a winner. I guess Panzer, you're going to be a winner on your reroll. I guess it's your main now. Did I miss anyone. I don't want to miss anyone. Yep, I don't see any other people submitting, so I'll pick a person from a previous day. I think from yesterday I had somebody that I wanted to win. Let me pull that up really fast. But they were just, it was day 3. Denzel, that's right. I was between you and Tank Killer. So Denzel, congratulations if you're watching this from yesterday. You will also be picking up a August Battle Pass. And that is it. All 20 have been awarded. All right. Well, unfortunately, today was a very short stream of about 30 minutes of actual gameplay. But kudos to Metro. I'm sure they'll be very, very happy to have won this. Let's see here. If you guys want to see me in the next season streaming, please give me a lot of love. Subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. And I will try and stream next season. Hopefully have a chance for the pro tournament and maybe get some collaboration in with Fishy as well. Those are the goals for me. Anyways, thank you all for tuning